Imagine a life where desperation leads you to rob banks instead of declaring bankruptcy. Intrigued? Keep watching to uncover the unbelievable true story of the gold Porsche bank robberies. At the Austin Police Headquarters, a bulletin board labeled the Hall of Honor displays photos of captured criminals. Among them, a few faces make you wonder what went wrong. One such photo is of an attractive young couple labeled Mr. and Mrs., actually two gay male bank robbers who expanded their crime spree from the West Coast to Texas. Then there are the photos of the two men behind the gold Porsche bank robberies, a middle-aged white businessman and a young black man with a spontaneous smile. The gold Porsche bank robberies were neither the most heinous nor the longest-running crime spree in Texas, but they were a unique response to financial desperation. Meet Howard Farr, a 56-year-old car salesman from Austin, facing a personal financial crisis in 1987. His strong cleft chin and pleasant features masked his growing desperation. Howard had a respectable background, born in Waco, attended Baylor, served in the Air Force, and was a Boy Scout troop leader. But financial troubles were closing in. In 1986, Howard ventured into the used car business with a partner. Initially successful, the partnership soured, leaving Howard to fend for himself with mounting debts. Enter Kevin Hutchinson, a 28-year-old with big ambitions but a string of bad luck and a serious drug habit. Howard saw potential in Kevin for his new, illicit venture. Kevin, articulate and intelligent, had dreams of being the next Eddie Murphy or a nightclub impresario. But his life was marred by drug addiction and legal troubles. Howard's first criminal suggestion involved stealing a Datsun 300ZX and driving it to a West Coast dealer for a $500 payoff. Kevin, eager for adventure, agreed. Kevin's journey to Los Angeles in the stolen car was thrilling but ultimately disappointing. The dealer couldn't pay, and Kevin returned to Austin empty-handed. Realizing the hot car trade wasn't profitable, Howard and Kevin decided to rob banks. Their first target, Bright Bank on Burnett Road, with a gold Porsche as the getaway car. Howard meticulously planned the robbery, even stuffing Kevin's mouth with toilet paper as a disguise. Kevin, channeling his inner actor, played the part of a bank robber. The first robbery was a success, netting them $3,500. Kevin was overwhelmed by the easy money, but his celebration was marred by bad luck and poor choices. Howard quickly spent his share on mundane expenses, realizing $1,700 wouldn't solve his financial woes. They needed more money, and fast. Their second robbery, just days later, was equally successful. But a police car on routine patrol drove by, adding to the tension and excitement. The third robbery at First Federal Savings Bank was their most lucrative, netting over $8,000. But this time, they picked up more than just money, a radio transmitter. Police surrounded Howard's house, finding the stolen money and Kevin's belongings. Howard's calm demeanor raised suspicions, leading to his arrest. Kevin, oblivious to the unfolding drama, was enjoying his newfound wealth. But a TV news report showing his jacket at Howard's house shattered his illusion of safety. Realizing the police would soon find him, Kevin confessed to his younger brother, who promptly brought an officer to talk to him. Kevin turned himself in. Kevin initially hesitated to betray Howard, but a deal from the police convinced him to cooperate. Howard was charged with 3 counts of aggravated robbery. Howard's son expressed the family's shock, describing his father as the all-American man. Kevin, charged with 1 count, felt betrayed by Howard's portrayal. Howard's bail was set at $25,000 per charge, while Kevin's was $50,000. Howard's friends posted his bond, but Kevin's family couldn't afford his release. Kevin's court-appointed attorney advised him to plead guilty, hoping for a reduced sentence. Howard, with a high-profile lawyer, pleaded not guilty. Kevin was released in March 1988 to testify against Howard. He struggled with odd jobs and social isolation, hoping the prosecutors might spare him jail time. Howard's family suffered financially and emotionally. They lost their house, and Howard faced new felony charges for selling a car without a title. Howard's trial was postponed multiple times, raising doubts about a jury's sympathy for a businessman turned bank robber. A plea deal was eventually struck. Howard pleaded guilty to 3 counts of armed robbery, receiving a 12-year sentence. Kevin's charge was reduced, making him eligible for parole after 10 months. Both men planned to use their prison time productively. Howard looked forward to education classes, while Kevin hoped to hone his comedy skills. Howard was caught driving a stolen vehicle just before starting his sentence, spending New Year's Eve in jail. Both men were sent to minimum security prisons. Howard and Kevin's story is a cautionary tale of desperation and poor choices. Remember, life is a series of decisions. Make sure yours lead you down the right path. Stay curious, stay informed.